Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of this podcast of FIG Commission 9 in collaboration with the Young Surveyor Network. My name is Daniele Brancato, I'm an Italian surveyor, I'm involved in FIG Commission 9 and I'm very happy and proud to be here today. This project born from an idea of Peter, the chair of Commission 9. He spoke about this idea in the last working week in Ghana, and here we are. We will speak about words, FIG, Commission 9, Young Surveyors Network all around the world, and for every episode we'll have a guest. For today we have Peter, the chair of Commission 9 from Germany. He will present himself, and as a host, Cromwell Manalotto, an Italian surveyor. And so, Cromwell, the floor is yours, and enjoy the view and listening.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Daniela, and welcome everyone to our very first episode of our podcast with FIG Commission 9. So, first and foremost, I'd like to welcome our guest, Peter Ashe, from the current chair of FIG Commission 9. Peter, please do introduce yourself.
Yes, thank you. Hello, everyone, and I'm really happy to set it up this podcast or video cast, whatever we want, and I like it very much because it's a good idea to spread out all ideas onto a huge community. So I'm really happy that we did this. So thank you very much to you, Cromwell, and to you, Daniele. My name is Peter Asche, and I'm from the northern part of Germany. It's quite near to the North Sea. There it takes about 1 hour to driving by car. So sometimes it's good in the summer, and in the winter it's not so nice there. But I like to live here in the north of Germany, and I'm a surveyor, but working since more than 30 years in valuation in the governmental side, and I'm the editor-in-chief of the German Real Estate Market Report of the upper committees of valuation. It's governmental institutions, and I work for the government. And I work what I like very much for FIG in the Commission 9, and we are all suffering about transparency on real estate markets. You know, when you are a valuer, you're always looking for data, and you always don't find so much. It's like mushrooms in the forest. You know, it's you have to look for them, and it's not easy. So I'm trying to force a little bit to be more transparency, to have better access to data and things like that. So this is my idea, and I've got lots of good colleagues and high experts who are dealing with the same issue, and we're on a good way.
I read your entire work plan for the until 2026. So really, you really focus on the word transparency. But first, let's try to define transparency. What comes into your mind when you hear the word transparency on a personal level, at least?
Okay, I tell you what, you know, when I'm around 60, I don't tell every secret, but I'm around 60, so I'm not up to be very angry. When you are 30, you get angry about everything. So when I was 40, I got angry because everyone was talking about we are must be more transparent, and transparency here and transparency there, and but when it comes to define and to getting closer to this term, no one was there. So I say transparency is a nice Sunday word, but when it comes to Monday until Friday, sometimes Saturday, no one is there to talk really about transparency. So I think it's really important to define from our perspective what transparency is, and then get closer. This is the technical side. There is another philosophical or psychological side, you know, you should be transparent to the people and to the people there that you want to be near to you and that you are close to. But this is not that what we are thinking about. We are thinking about transparency from the more technical side.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I do, as far as I understood, now for you, transparency is a very important aspect when it comes to valuation, to doing reports, fostering trust with your clients. So, but do you think transparency should be a 360 aspect when it comes to your work as well, not just on evaluation, or it's much more called on when it comes to evaluation?
Yes, I think we are surveyors, geodesists, and we are our profession is dealing with lots of data. You know what we do want to do is we want to describe what is on our Earth. So what is the what buildings are there? What kinds of forests we have? Whatever. Not just the planet, maybe the moon or whatever. Some colleagues do this, but what we think is in the Commission 9 is that the valuation, that the prices, the purchase prices, or the values of a property is also belonging to describe what's going on our planet. So when you think about climate disaster and climate change, and you want to lower risks or something like that within to prepare for this climate change, you always need pieces of land. You need to use land to do something against those climate risks. And if you use the land of other people, you have to give them something back for their pieces of land. And this is, and to give and to take something, the best equivalence is the money, the value of something. And I think this is very important. This is where value is coming into place.
Oh, right. Of course, that's something. Expropriation does require a lot of compensation, and you can't handle compensation if you don't have enough data to work with. Because
you can do it. You can give someone somewhat, but it's not transparent. It's something, and you give him, and he will be not satisfied, and he will become angry, and he will become frustrated, and this is the problem. And so we have to figure out a good balance between this what we take and this what we give, and it's not really easy. And there's another point of view I have. When you think, I think it's often underestimated. When you think about the value of all the property all over the world, it's about $380 trillion. $380 trillion. It comes from several. It's just an estimation, of course, and no one knows how much it is in reality. But it's a number. But when you try to put this, say $400 trillion in pieces of money, it's a huge amount. Yeah. So. And it's really important for the world's economy, and it's often underestimated. And so we as experts, we have to put it into place, and we must say it's very important to deal with this, and not just sitting in the corner and dreaming of one property valuation and things like that. It's very important, but we need a good base, and this is what we are working on.
Yeah, that's a very good point. That's a very good point because us professionals, land professionals working in the society on the ground, we represent what we see on paper. So
right, yeah,
it's really
really
important
right,
to to see through, to become very transparent on our reports, on our relationship with our clients, with our relationship with the government offices, with our relationship with other fellow technicians, fellow professionals. Now, with that in mind, our relationship with with other professionals, what can you say with with the young surveyors who are looking into being to become a valuer, real estate professional? What other than being transparent or beyond the technical aspect of being a valuer? How much more? How much more do they need to acquire to acquire a good reputation through transparency?
I think first of all, it's a really exciting job. I like it very much, and as I told you, I'm since more than 30 years in this profession, and I really like it because it's highly complicated, and it's not just a straight measurement, but you have to deal with residuals, so with and things like that. You have to deal with the uncertainty of what's going on. And as a surveyor, you have to deal with uncertainty, of course, but it's millimeters, and it's really dangerous when you do a mistake, when you are projecting a bridge or a street or whatever. And in valuation, it's the same, but we're dealing not just with technical buildings. We are dealing with people. And one colleague of mine, Michael McDermott from Australia, we were talking beside an FIG working week in Orlando, and he told me one sentence I never forget. He said, some people would die for their property. And when you look around in the world, when you look to Ukraine, when you look to Israel, to Palestine, wherever, Lebanon in the moment, they are dying for their property. And so they fight to keep their property, to keep their personality. And this is what we are working on. And we're not just technical people. We're dealing with human beings. And this is really interesting. And, and this is the one point, that emphasizes to do things. And the other point is the economical side. I think you can earn a lot of money in this profession when you're good and when you're engaged with everything. Is able to earn lots of money in this area of our job. So it's both. I asked my son. He's working in banks, and I asked him, Nico, are you interested in doing things like that, like valuation? And he said, yeah, we will see. He's 30 now. We will see what happens. And I said, come on, let's do it. So if all my sons and daughters in the world, if they ask me, should I go into this valuation profession, I would say, yes, go. It's a good job. It's really funny, and and we have got lots of nice colleagues there.
Right. I would like to emphasize on one thing that you said just a little while, because you had a lot of experience now with valuation. You worked with the government, and I also was able to listen to your interview on InterGeo this year, and in that interview you said that it's very important to have a good and high quality data.
Yeah.
And geodata must be transformed, can be transformed, and can be used as real estate related data. So in the next future, do you think young surveyors can, focus on that kind of data, or would you like to invite them to, work on acquiring good data so that more good data could be available for the market, for everyone, professionals?
Yes. I really would like to work with young surveyors in this direction, because it's the future is needing more and more data, because we are talking about AI, artificial intelligence, and there will be no AI if we don't have good data. So if we want to use artificial intelligence in our profession, the first step is to take care about good data. What is good data? It's not the mass of the data. It's not a huge database. I think it's the quality of the data, and it is the main point is to define the base standards, so that when we talk about hotels, when you talk about hotels in Berlin, or when you talk about hotels somewhere in the countryside, the Berlin hotel manager said, "This is not a hotel," and so this little check there over there in the corner, it's not a hotel, it's a hostel or whatever, but it's not a hotel. So we have to define in the first step what is what. So when you want to count hotels, you must define what is a hotel. And when you want to define apartments, when to count apartments, you have to define what apartments are. And so this is very important to make a good structure in the standards. And this is our job. It's not it's not funny. It makes not really, it's not exciting, but we have to do it.
Yes, of course. Yes. Well, thank you very much, Peter. I think that's my last of the question. I don't know. Would you like to invite our listeners to the next events of FIG Commission 9?
Oh yeah, thank you very much for that. We are setting up lots of different meetings there. And last week, not last week. This week we had an AVM workshop there, and was online. And we will have another AVM is automatic valuation modeling. So it is dealing with data also, and it's quite near to using artificial intelligence. And we will have another AVM workshop in November. And then we have, it's also online, and we have a workshop in presence in Cyprus again in May, short before the FIG working week in Brisbane, Australia. And yes, and many of the young surveyors I will see in 2 weeks, I think, 2 or 3 weeks in Bucharest. In
2 weeks, I guess, 3 weeks. Yes.
Yeah, in 2 weeks. It's quite near. And I would like to invite, especially the young surveyors, to keep close to us and to get in contact with me if there is some, if you want to know something about your personal career in this valuation industry. And yes, I like to talk with them, and we will see what's going on.
Well, the future awaits us. So,
yeah.
Thank you very much again, Peter. It's nice
you.
having this talk with you. So, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for listening and keeping up with us. We hope to see you again on the next episodes of our podcast with FIG Commission 9 on transparency. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.